Hey, how's it going, everybody? Michael here. So, thinking about going backpacking next week. The Goodwater Loop, as far as I'm aware, is still open. It's a 30-mile, roughly, actually like 26.2 is what I've heard. Just kind of backcountry trail that goes around Lake Georgetown. There's a few primitive camping sites that I was looking at possibly staying at, probably just 1 or 2 nights next week. The COVID-19 social distancing thing going on, I kind of got bored and thought I would lay all my gear out and show you everything I got, everything I'm planning on taking. And you'll have to excuse me, this is like one of my first gear videos, one of my first videos ever. So bear with me. Probably some technical difficulties along the way. Maybe me stumbling what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So, show you. Here's the Goodwater Loop. Goes around Lake Georgetown. See, I kind of mapped out some campsites and where to get water. But I'm excited to kind of show y'all all my gear and how I kind of plan on using it, why I picked it, or why I ended up with it. So let me get this camera adjusted and we'll get started. Alright. So cool, everything's in shot. Alright, we'll just start right to left. Here is my, so I can see what I'm doing. Here's my pack, my Osprey Ether 60 AG. I tried on many packs at REI, searched the internet, probably didn't do as much research as I would have back then as I would have now, but ended up with this one and I'm still pretty happy with it. It's crazy heavy, it's like 5.1 pounds. Grab my cheat sheet. So I'm kind of probably going to move towards something lighter, like I can shed almost 3 pounds off of a backpack if I get something, you know, ultra light, and can move from like a 60-liter pack down to a 40-liter pack. But these things are hundreds of dollars and I'm not going to do that yet. Plus Ospreys have a lifetime warranty, so I think I'm just going to hold on to that guy, and it fits amazing, it holds weight amazing. So I'm going to keep this guy for now, plus Longhorn, UT Longhorn Orange, or an orange, can't really beat that. Next we'll move to, here's my big 3. Move to the tent, we have the REI Quarter Dome 1. So this is a 1-person tent that REI offers. It's not the lightest weight of tents, but it being a 1-person, it's lighter than a lot of things you'll get out there. It runs at a 2.9 pounds, so 2.9 isn't bad for something where you don't have to use like a trekking pole or something to put up. Can't really beat it other than maybe some of the Big Agnes or Nemo tents, which can run you $100 or $200 more than this one. So I'm going to stick with this one for now, and like I said, if I would have done the research back then that I would have done probably now, I probably would have ended up with a Big Agnes, like a Tiger Wall or something like that. Next we'll move to the rain jacket. This is the Marmot Precip, what is this? Marmot Precip rain jacket. I don't know, it's not the smallest, lightest weight, but it's got a lot of nice features. It got the job done in Colorado when I needed it to. Gets pretty warm, kind of when the rain clears and humidity increases, but you know, it's something that I can easily just take on and off and throw in the outside of my pack, including this guy. This is my butt pad. It's the Thermarest Z seat. This thing is like 2 ounces, so kind of nice just to have a dry place to sit at the end of the day. Some people carry like 1 pound awesome chairs that I kind of want, but this is like $15 on Amazon, so that's not a bad deal, and it's pretty comfortable with someone who has like no butt like I do. It really helps the tailbone. Just use it anywhere at camp, along the trail, do some stretches along the trail. It's nice to just kind of sit down and be able to do that. I found this the other day. This is pretty awesome. It's a Sea to Summit dry bag, and I was thinking about buying a pack liner or going cheap and doing like a compactor bag on the inside of my bag to make it waterproof, but I found this in my closet, and I know it's waterproof because I floated down the Comal one time with a speaker in this thing, and this thing was just floating in the river, and my speaker and everything was fine. So if I plan on it, if it's going to rain, I can use this, put it inside my backpack. You can see it just about fits perfectly. And everything inside will stay dry, all my clothes, all my food, everything. So that thing's pretty nice to have. I'm just gonna throw it somewhere for now, get that out of the way. Let's see, what do we want to go to next? Go back to the big three. Here's my sleeping pad. This is the Nemo Astrolight 20R. This is a 14 ounce, I think it's a non-insulated pad, so it's not going to keep you very warm if it's, cold outside, but it's really thick. Fortunately, it does make a lot of noise when you move around on it, but if you're out there by yourself, I don't think that's going to bother you. Bothered some friends on my last backpacking trip, if you can call it a backpacking trip. I'm a noob at this. So this is actually going to be like my first backpacking trip, so it's crazy that I have all this gear and spend all this money like a crazy person and haven't actually really backpacked other than one time, barely. But so sleeping pad, actually was pretty happy with this. I slept really great on this. Some other Nemo products are really awesome. A lot of people like the Tensor 2. That's an insulated pad. It's only a little bit bigger than this, and I think just about as light. So to stay warm, I'm not going with a sleeping bag because I think next week, if I do this next week, it's going to be lows in the 60s and highs in the 80s. So I'm going with a sleeping bag liner. These are just what you would put in a sleeping bag to make it a tiny bit warmer. But since it's going to be warm already, this is really all I'll need on the trail. In my tent, at night. If it gets really cold, I can just throw on my puffy jacket or something. But this is the Sea to Summit Reactor Extreme. I don't know how much it weighs. I do actually. It's 8.1 ounces. So 8.1 ounces, you can't really beat that in the size compared to an actual sleeping bag. I mean, an actual sleeping bag will be, what, like 2 pounds? Maybe 3, and be twice the size of this. And this is probably all I'll need, but I kind of get cold like really easily. So I have another one. It's just not quite as heavy duty as that one. I guess that's the Reactor Extreme, and this is just the Reactor. So I may take both. They're so small, like I don't think I would have a problem fitting them in my pack. However, there were some things I had some problems with when I kind of rushed and tried to go out last week to do a trip, but we'll get to that a little bit later, and I may throw that out just to have a little bit more room. We'll see. So just a couple little things. This is my rain cover for my pack. I don't really like to carry this, but I like things to stay dry as possible, so I'm gonna keep it in there for now, and you just pull that out and throw it over your pack if it starts raining. Here is my water filtration system. So I just have a bottle to kind of scoop water out of whatever creek, stream, lake. This is the little pouch that you would scoop the water into, the dirty water, and then I carry around a Sawyer squeeze, which I've only ever used once at my sink because I'm a noob, like I said. But I've heard these things are awesome and really reliable, and if I need water out on the trail, I watched plenty of videos. Like I said, I've done it in my sink. pretty sure that this is about the easiest thing, you know, I can imagine to get water, and I don't think it'll be a problem. So we'll see if I have to kind of filter something out of Lake Georgetown or San Gabriel River, but that all just kind of fits in that bottle and goes in the front of my pack, so I have access to water at any time. It's just a little plunger in case your baby's sick, or no, it's to back flush the filter in case it gets clogged. So then we'll head into some of the electronics. I'm filming with my Canon PowerShot SX, what is it, 740 SH or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know exactly. It's a great trail camera, super lightweight, and I get way better pictures than if I was using my Galaxy S7. So you're seeing this on my Canon PowerShot. So here's its case for it. It's just a simple case. I can actually strap this like right to my pack, and you know, it gets the job done. I have a Insignia Pocket Deuce. I think this is a 10,000 milliamp power bank. So that's plenty, should be plenty. I only use this when I turn off my phone because it just charges faster and you don't waste as much. Extra battery for my camera. A couple cords. A little micro fiber rag. I really liked this thing. I picked this thing up the other day. This is a Nikon like lens pen. So it's got like this little felt tip on one side, and you can clean your camera really, really well with that. And then on the other side, if I can figure out how to make it come out, it's got a little brush. So you kind of brush the lens first and get all the big debris off, and switch over and use the little felt part. So I picked that up, and because my camera got really dirty in Colorado last year, and I tried breathing on it, and turns out that's like the worst thing you can do. Microfiber cloths kind of work, but I really like that thing. It's just so simple. I may bring this, it's just a little black diamond lantern. I weighed out all my lanterns, and this guy came out to be the lightest weight. I can't remember exactly, it was like 5.2 ounces. So that's actually really lightweight for a lantern, and if I want like good shots at the campground, I probably want a little bit extra light. So like 3 batteries in this thing, and I know these things last forever. I've used them all last year in Colorado, my Colorado trips, and all my, shoot, it was like 16 state park trips or something last year. And I only changed the batteries on, I have 2 of these, I only changed them once on both of them. So that's pretty awesome for battery conservation. I actually switched to a bunch of rechargeable stuff, but that'll probably be used for car camping. Let's see, my headlamp. This is the Black Diamond Storm. This thing is awesome, man. I love this. People could make fun of me for just like, you know, wearing a headlamp on weird occasions, but if you're out in the backcountry and you don't even have like a lantern like that, which I probably am not going to be using all the time, a headlamp is a necessity. And this thing is a little bit bulky compared to a lot of the ones you see out there, but it's got all the features. It's, you know, you got your regular light and your red light, and it's floodlight, everything you could possibly need, dimming. So I really love this guy, and I just keep it in this sunglass case so that it doesn't get too scratched up, and this is really lightweight. Just a couple fun things. I got like a bandana, Longhorns, repping Longhorns again. I think my mom got me these field books for Christmas, and I've actually already dedicated 2 to like one for hiking and one for birding. So unfortunately I haven't used the birding one yet. I've been a little bit lazy there. But the hiking one is recorded all my hikes this year, and I have no idea how many miles I hiked last year. So to be able to record that and maybe add it up at the end of the year and really figure out, did I do like 200 miles or did I do 600 miles? I have no idea what I did last year. So maybe I can keep track. I was thinking about maybe dedicating this one to backpacking trips, and just kind of record what I see, how I feel, if I'm miserable or cold or whatever. At least someone will listen, my diary. Yeah. Some small things, maybe some carabiners. I may take some extra batteries for my headlamp. Let's not get into that. Let's get into the cook system. So I have the Toaks long handled titanium spoon. I think this thing's like half an ounce or an ounce or something. It weighs nothing. I haven't actually got to use that yet, so I haven't got to use a lot of this stuff yet, so can't really tell you how much I love it, but a lot of people love that thing. Here's my cook pot. This is the Toaks 750 mil cook pot. Nice little handles here. Side, I'm just gonna keep another bandana to kind of grab it when it's hot. And then my isopropyl butane canister, gas canister in there. And it just kind of goes back in there. And I wish I had a better way to keep this together, but I think I'm just gonna use this little bag that they sent with it. So, kind of keeps it all together and it works for now. Lighter, matches, lighters for this guy. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket. I think it's MSR Pocket Rocket 2, or I don't think it's the deluxe one, but I'm not 100% sure. That thing's been good for me so far. I've only been backpacking once, but I've probably used this like 10 or so times and no problems, except for the little self-starter clicker thing. It just use a lighter or a match. My food, I'm just going out for one night. Like, I'll have to hike really far if I'm only staying a night, but I like doing that. If I'm only staying a night, I only need like one big meal, so I've never tried this yet. Good to go chicken gumbo. I'll have some chicken gumbo for dinner. I really like these guys. These are Bobos bars. They're like 6 grams of protein, really high calorie, and it's just, they're kind of really soft, so they actually are more like dessert, but not really high in sugar, so that's awesome. These are amazing, and they support some like little girl and her dad who made up this company, so that's awesome. And then just a couple other assorted granola bars, and I'll probably throw in some maybe fruit if I'm gonna eat it like right away, and gummies or something like that. Let's get into like essentials, bath goods, bath and body. Just a couple things: lotion, toothbrush. What is all this stuff called? Toothpaste. Here's my toiletry bag if I'm out on the trail and can't get to a bathroom. And you want to take a Deuce, then you take the Deuce. This is a Deuce of Spades trowel. It's super lightweight, and you just dig your cat hole and do your business in the hole. Yeah, it's fun stuff out there. Do your business in the hole. You get toilet paper, hand sanitizer. I put some tissues in there because my nose has issues and just run constantly. So that's pretty much everything I need. Probably a little bit overkill for one night, but you never know what could happen. Better to be prepared. I got a whistle. I kind of want to change this out for my Thomas the Tank Engine whistle that I think I got out of like a cereal box or something, but this guy's lighter weight and smaller, so I'm going to take it. Compass, which I've never used, but compass is good to have. I guess first aid kit. Got way too much crap in here, so I'm probably going to try to take some out, and I really should put some other stuff in here like moleskin type stuff, but I'm not really going on 10-day long trips, so my feet, they can get tore up in a day or two, and I'm not going to die. I can recover when I get home. But for the most part, I haven't had issues with my feet. And speaking of, I guess we'll hop over here. I wear the Solomon Sense Ride 2s. I actually got another pair of these because I liked them so much last year, but I got a half size bigger. So your feet swell after about like hiking, 10 miles, 10 plus miles. And just after all the research I've done, I know a lot of hikers switch to wearing bigger shoes eventually. So I don't think these are actually going to be my shoe of choice forever. My toes still kind of hit on the outside here. It's a big problem when you're talking about 15 miles a day, 5 days a week, a 5-day trip or something, which I'm possibly planning on doing later this year on the Lone Star Trail. So I'll probably switch to like Ultras or something with a wider toe box so that I just don't have any toe issues at all. But overall, these shoes are pretty freaking awesome and did some amazing things out on like the Enchanted Rock, rocks and Inks Lake and just so many rocky terrains that these guys took me down and didn't have a single problem. Some clothes I'm gonna bring. Probably gonna wear these Sea to Summit lightweight kind of, I don't know, polyester or whatever the heck they are. Pants. Did I say Sea to Summit? I think they're Summit Skin. Is the website I got them off. These aren't my favorite. They actually sell some, what are they, like fleece lined ones that I wear pretty much like every single time it's cold because they're absolutely amazing. And I lived in them in Colorado. I took 2 pairs and that's all I wore for 5 days. So check out Summit Skin, I guess, online, and check out their fleece lined pants. They're amazing. They're so comfortable. Synthetic shirt. Some smart wool socks. Gotta go with wool. Just kidding. I mean, you should, but I'm only kidding because I'm bringing some cotton thermals. Like, I just can't, afford to keep buying just everything I absolutely want. But eventually, I'm gonna get some like wool thermals or something. Underwear. Maybe 2 smart water bottles. The sports cap. You gotta have the sports cap. It's awesome. And last but not least, the REI Revel Cloud 2 jacket. This thing's been okay. I got this a couple months ago because it was on like a super sale. It was like a $170 jacket or something, and I got it for 70, maybe 60, 70. It's the Revel Cloud 2. This thing is like less than a pound. Can just pack down, to absolutely nothing. So that's nice, but I only had it out a couple times, and I'm already noticing some insulation on the inside come out, and just from like the pack kind of rubbing my back. I don't know if that's gonna keep happening because I'd like to wear it as like a backpacking, jacket. Like I bought this specifically for that because it packs down so much, and it's synthetic, so it's it's not like a down jacket that if it gets wet it's gonna be worthless. I got it synthetic so that if it's raining a little bit I'll still be slightly insulated, but if the back just wears away after using a backpack 10 times 15 times, I'm gonna be a little bit upset. But if that happens within a year, hey, it's REI, I can return it, I guess, and get something that could work a little bit better. Trying to think anything else that I missed here. I think that's about it. A pen, right in my diary, of course. So like I said, I may not take the smaller sleeping pad, may not take the lantern, but probably be nice to have a little bit extra food. But other than that, that's pretty much it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of went out last week and I hiked down the trail a little bit. I like filled up my backpack and everything, and I really rushed to get out there. I had really no idea what the heck I was doing or getting into. And the plan was to hike a little ways. I got to the trailhead at like 6:15 p.m., which is pretty ridiculous. And then was like, okay, I'm already here. I might as well just hike a little ways and then decide. And so I hiked in, and came out into a parking lot and looked around and saw my car and was like, wait, oh, okay. I just did a mile and a circle and hiked right back to my car and thought, you know, this isn't really gonna happen today. There's these signs that are telling me that it's just not the right time to try, like, basically my first backpacking trip ever. So I think I may try to go out there next week, and I'm really excited. Like, the weight of my pack felt really good, but it was like weirdly torqued to the side. So I don't know if I just need to adjust how I packed the backpack, or maybe it was off weight a little bit. So I'll kind of play around with it, and you know, hopefully it'll get a little bit more comfortable as I learn and as I go. I guess the other big thing I'm worried about is water. Like, I always pack too much stuff since I'm working on that, but I would like to have a second bottle of water. I don't think that's being unreasonable or unwise. I'll adjust this because I'm tired of holding it. And I just whoa. So I only had one bottle of water, and I didn't really have any room for another bottle of water anywhere in my pack, or maybe I should have just strapped it on there somehow. But I plan on trying to make some room for it this time. Maybe I'll get rid of that one sleeping bag liner and be able to fit another small water bottle in there. Especially it'd be nice to maybe just have like a dirty water bottle to make filtering easier or something. But either way, hopefully I, you know, will be able to go out there with this whole COVID-19 quarantining type issues going on. But as far as I know, like, all I'll need is, you know, the stuff on my back and the ability to filter water, which I do, since I won't be able to get water from like the RV campsites that are, you know, along that trail, which I think are still open, but I don't think the facilities are, like the bathrooms and stuff, so I don't know why you would stay out there. Yeah, so that's kind of my first video into backpacking and backpacking gear, and like I said, I have some stuff planned for later this year, even though some of it's getting canceled. My Pinellas Falls trip got canceled. That was like mid-April, and that's the only trip that I have reserved. I have several trips reserved, Paladuro Canyon and Bastrop State Park, because I'm weird. But Pinellas, that was a backpacking trip into their backpacking primitive site, and that was supposed to be some training. So that kind of stinks that got canceled. And training, I say, because I'd like to do the Lone Star Trail later this year, which is the longest trail in Texas at 96.5 miles out towards Lake Conroe. So if I don't feel comfortable and experienced enough to go out there and do that, then I'm not going to do it, and that would be unfortunate, but I'm going to put in the time, or try to put in the time, to get better at all of this and the experience under my belt to feel comfortable backpacking, camping out in the middle of BFE, yeah. And so, yeah, I am glad that y'all could possibly join me on this journey. I think I'm gonna try to do some videos along the way, and you know, hopefully you can have a good time and watch those videos and reply and respond and tell me what you think. Thanks.